Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and to another flip through of a new colouring book that has just arrived in. I've been waiting for this one to come in, so I'm pretty excited. It's another D&D tabletop roleplay aligned colouring book, so yeah, it's a little like, if I see anything along those lines, I tend to be pretty like, yes, I need that book. So yeah, not surprised that this one has made its way into my collection, but I'm pretty excited to flip through it. So this is the DÜNGEONMEISTER Goblin Quest colouring book. Now, if you haven't heard of DÜNGEONMEISTER, they are a range of D&D supplemental books. In fact, I'm going to flip it to the back so I get the titles right. They have A Dragon Walks into a Bar, DÜNGEONMEISTER, and the DÜNGEONMEISTER Cookbook. And the DÜNGEONMEISTER series in particular is one that I know of for supplementing DMs and helping them with coming up with things for D&D games. So that's how I knew about DÜNGEONMEISTER. They're also podcasters, but I've never listened to the podcast myself. I'm just aware of the books. But yes, as you can see, this is actually designed that you can run your own small campaign using the book's settings, maps, tables of random encounters, and it's a quite interesting concept to me, so I'm quite excited to flip through this. I have not looked at it at all. So this is produced by Simon & Schuster, and it is your standard square size book, the same size as Joanna and Kirby. According to the front, we have 40 pages of heroes, monsters, dungeons, taverns, and more. And yeah, so this is Jeff Aldridge and John Taylor, and it's illustrated by Zachary Backus. So Jeff Aldridge and John Taylor are part of DÜNGEONMEISTER, and then I guess they've brought in an illustrator to bring together what they do. So yes, let's have a look and flip into this book. Did I put the camera back far enough? Just, we might go a little higher. I can do this. So professional. Alright, so we have the title page. Quite simple, but that's okay. I don't mind it. Half the time I don't colour this title page, particularly if it's just a repeat of an image further on in the book. So I don't mind that. It's quite a simple one. This would also be a good test page if you just wanted to quickly test a media. You could colour in each of the letters. Alright. So then we have the copyright information. So this has just been released in October 2023. This is a new release book. So it's literally just arrived 5 minutes ago on my doorstep. That's how excited I am to flip through this. Alright, and then we have the content. So it looks like it's split up into 5 sections. So we have the introduction, meeting the party, Greenscale Company is called upon, the first encounter, entering into the Whisperlight Forest, the plot thickens, escaping the Goblin lands, a treacherous climb, surviving Stonefang Peak, and then the final boss, the dragon attacks. I'm pretty excited. Like, this looks like it could be quite cool for actually inspiring a roleplay game, and I am a DM as well as a player of tabletop roleplay games, so always looking for new ideas. Okay, I'm already in love with the map, but let's have a look at this. Are you ready for adventure? Then grab your legendary bag of colouring pencils. Get situated in your throne of comfort and let the spirit of creativity and fun overcome you with this epic colouring book meets RPG campaign. Oh my goodness. So marvel in, colour in the unique treasures and equipment, rolling the dice. Oh my goodness, so they will actually have things that you can roll along the way too. Use your D10 and D12 to influence how you colour in some of the pages or the action that happens in between the scenes. Not only are you getting a colouring book, but a tool to run an adventure of your own. I've never seen something like this in a colouring book, so I think this is really, really cool. Like, I am really excited, and as it says here, no game master required. So if you are a player that never gets to play, because we all know scheduling is the big bad of D&D, this could be a really cool book for you to look at as well. Obviously as a DM, I'm already like really excited about it, and I just think it's going to be hopefully quite a good one just for anyone who's nerd adjacent and likes dragons and fantasy. So then we have our first image here, which is the map. So of course, let's talk about the paper. It's got a little bit of body. It is your classic smooth white. It is thin. It is not Amazon thin, but it is not mythographic thick. I would even say it's probably a little thinner than New Kirby's, but it's along that line. So it feels like you could maybe use one layer of wet if you were to keep it very, like if I was to use my Inktense but use absolute minimal water in activating them, I think it would be all right. But any watercolor or water soluble media, you're going to get a lot of crinkling on this page, which is a shame, but also that's okay. Now the curious thing is it single-sided? Yes! Okay, that means we have alcohol markers, and if it's single-sided, I wouldn't be so concerned about the wet media thing then, because if it does bleed through, it's not the end of the world with it being single-sided. So yeah, it turns out we have a map to start off here, and we've got names of the map, which again, really love. This could be really fun to colour in as in, or if you wanted to experiment with like tea and coffee and doing those sort of vintagey looks, this could be quite a cool one to do a map style page and colouring with just like browns and making it look like a map. I have always wanted to do a tea stained map page, so I think this could be quite a cool one to do. Alright, section 1, meeting the party. Greenscale company is called upon. So I'm not going to read all the story because I feel like that's also part of why you should get the book. So I'm not going to read through everything, but it looks like you have a full story here to read through. And then here's our random encounter. So we have a table to roll a D10 dice. I should have had some dice on me. Oh, that wasn't forward thinking. I can go and get some dice if we need to. Roll a D10 to determine what the party encounters while preparing to leave the dockside warehouse before the start of their journey. Cool. So you've got all sorts of different outcomes. So you can just roll for your random outcome to see what happens. And then we have the town of Tides Hollow. So we have another map page setting the scene again. And then we have the actual adventures. Oh my goodness. Okay, so for a start, I'm already in love with the line work. We've got a lot of glorious detail, but we've got really beautiful, crisp, clear, thin lines. These are some of my favorite sort of line weights to color in terms of thickness. I'm loving the details already of all these goblins. Oh, crisp clear border as well. So we've got the same characters again, but from a different viewpoint as they're leaving the warehouse. And then we've got a tavern scene. Oh my goodness, look at all of that. We've got all sorts as well. We've got dragonborns, we've got herringons in a wheelchair. Hell yes, love to see the representation. We have a toad. We have tieflings. Oh my goodness. Love seeing all of this. This is really cool. And again, we've got a really interesting angle. There's a lot of really fine detail here though, so it's definitely something I would want to pull out my like polychromos, or I think Pablo's have a really good sharp tip. You'll want something that holds a really sharp tip in this page because there are so many fine details, but so pretty. I love that this is like a dragonborn with like fancy armor, but then it's got a flower crown and flowers all over their weapon. That's really fun. Oh, we've got a cyborg in there too. That's cool. So we have the party, I'm guessing, or some of the folks that you can meet. Even like just the fun little details of like the nesting dolls or the map piece there. Now there could be links to their podcast and all of this that I'm not aware of because, as I said, I haven't actually listened to the podcast, but very, very interesting. I think most of the podcast is discussing systems and tactics, so. Hand model needed. Oh, help wanted. I like the missing cat as well. Oh my goodness. I have one of the Displacer Beasts little plushies. It's very cute. It's a really cool town centre shot as well. So we're investigating the warehouse by the look of it here. And then we move into the first section. So entering the Wisp-Light Forest. So it's the Greenscale company that we are following. Okay. Traveling salesperson's potions reward. Use this table in one of two ways to determine the hero's reward. First, using a d12, roll for each party member and colour the illustration page to showcase each potion on this table. Or you can colour any, they match the colours to see the potion's effect. Oh, that's cool. So you could just colour and then match it to the effect, or you can roll for it. This is cool. Like, it makes the colouring book a lot more interactive. I just think this is really neat. I'm probably going to say that a bit, but again, I haven't really seen something like this in a colouring book. So it's like a choose your own adventure. Also, Judd's butter. And then here we are on the road into the forest. Bandits. Oh, sounds like these birds on the window. It's always bandits. Every time. And then we have a battle scene. That's cool. There's lots of like interesting little bits and pieces in that. Snake oils and more. Ah, so this is where you could colour in the potions. I see now. I was wondering what they meant. But yeah, this is the potions that you could colour in. Oh, that's cool. And then here comes the giant spiders. There's a skull in its butt. They've got a low perception apparently. And then I guess we defeated the spiders. We got outside the forest. And then the plot thickens, escaping the Goblin land. Oh, new book. New book. So I can tell you right now we have a glue bound spine as well. Glue bound is not my favourite because they do tend to fall apart quite often, especially as I flip through books a lot, and yeah, especially when you colour them a lot. So I do prefer sewn. They do tend to hold a bit better for me. So escaping the Goblin lands, and we have our next thing. Instead of the storyline's choice to have two ogres throwing boulders up at the party, why not roll a d10 to see what fun awaits your party? Heads up, you might end up with an auger ambush on your hands anyway. Oh, that's cool. I like the little zoom in of it as well. So yeah, we've got a bunch of different encounters, and you could technically take this and like actually draw those characters in as well if you wanted to, like sketch out the different things. Be like, this is what I rolled. Here's the ogre ambush. That's very cool. Just like the dynamicness of it. I was thinking that with this one too, where just like everything lining up to that point as well. It's really well sketched out. I really, really like this. It's going to be a great addition to the collection of tabletop roleplay books, aligned books I have. And then camping at night scene, I like as ethereal food. Well, there is some eat like a giant, whatever that is. You could make it a giant marshmallow. That was actually my first thought. I was like, why are they eating a giant marshmallow? And then I'm like, well, maybe it's actually like a hunk of meat or something. But could also make it a giant marshmallow. Yeah, close up of the ethereal food. So that would be fun to like make slightly translucent or make it appear so it's like not quite there or something. Oh, it looks good though. Got a charcuterie board essentially. Yum. Cave village, cool. Sneaking in around the village. I guess they have a low perception as well. Or maybe we rolled high on our stealth. A dangerous climb. Surviving Stonefang Peak. Cool. So we got some more story. And then we have our massive table here. In the library, the players can find a magical manual that trains a player in the use of a randomized weapon. Roll once for each column to get the full weapon type. Once read, the book becomes a magical version of the weapon. GMs may also give one weapon randomly to each party member. When in doubt, the conjured weapon does the same damage as a longsword. Oh, so this is actually using percentile dice, which is your D10. You can use a D10 as a percentile, so that's fine. But I like it. So you could... I actually want to roll for this one. I have a roller on my phone, so let's do that. Where is my dice roller? Dice roller. Oh my god, I can't even spell. But yeah, just in Google, you can get Google to roll, like just Google roll 1D100. And Google will just roll the dice for you. Except it didn't roll what I actually wanted it to roll, it just rolled standard. Alright, let's roll. So for a D100, if we're using D10s, we roll a D10 for the tens number. So we're in the 80s, then we roll again. 86. So we have an insectoid. Oh, 44. Insectoid silent. Ooh, silent bugs, creepy. And then, so that can be either a 10 or a 0. So we've actually got number 9. So insectoid silent bow. Oh my god, a silent bow, like without, and made of like insectoid parts. So like, I'm thinking immediately like a grasshopper, like their long limbs and stuff to build up the mechanics of it. Oh, that could be cool. And then there's even like some roll again options as well. That's really fun. That could be really fun just to use in general. All right, carrying on with the actual book. We have another little map. I like that they start with a map on each one. And these little snapshots of the city are quite fun. And then, oh no, are we caught? No, we're rescuing. How nice of us. Looking all swanky back in our armor. Nice, nice. Better on a bridge. Bridges are always trouble. It's always fun though to like throw a bridge in there and then see your players be like worried and upset and be like, the bridge is fine. It's just old. It's just creaky, but it's fine. Oh, it looks like we've got into a vault. I like the fact that that character is one-armed as well. It's cool. I haven't played a one-armed character. I've played a number of wheelchair characters, but I haven't played a one-armed character. But I think that could be an interesting concept. I like playing characters that have like a little bit of a limitation. Looks like we're in some sort of fancy hall. or vault room. And then here's the library as they read the books. I like the fact they haven't like indicated every book, they've just done the shapes. So you could kind of colour those with just like vertical lines and use a couple different pencils to indicate different tones, or just have it all in shadows so you're really just seeing the general shape. And then section 5, the final boss, a dragon attacks. Of course the boss is a dragon. The dragon colour. The roles and abilities of your final dragon will be decided entirely by the roll of your dice, or colour your dragon whatever colour you like and refer back to the table for a surprise ability and breath weapon. I do like the fact that they don't say you have to colour it the colour you roll. You can colour it and then just choose it in accordance. So, for the fun of it, because we have the dice roller up, let's do it again. So, D10. So, our colour. 6, yellow, banana dragon, gains 4 AC until below half health from appealing skin. And then potassium rich breath deals 2d10 damage in a 10-foot square. Will explode again on the dragon's next turn. Oh my goodness, continual explosion breath. That could be fun though. And these are some like, because of course we've got our standard dragon colours, but we've got some interesting ones. Also rainbow dragon. That's what I take with miscellaneous because it's called Rainbow Road, so I would want to colour it rainbow. Because why not? Why not? Oh, treasure hoard room. I love treasure hoard rooms. I've done, in the D&D colouring book, I have done a treasure hoard room that involved a dragon and lots of gold. And for the actual gold, I just used glitter, Mod Podge. It's so pretty. And I had like little nail art gems that I stuck in there for the sparkles and gems. And it's one of like my favourite pages just because of that technique. It's so glittery. So I would probably want to do something like that again, or like stickles, or there'd be a lot of glitter. There'd be a lot of glitter. Same with that one. Lots of glitter. I love that pose though. That's very cool. Making friends with the dragon. Treasure! Oh, so much treasure. And then it's swirling into a void by the look of it. Maybe they put in like a portal to put it all into. Oh no, the mountain is actually rivering its water. It's flushing it out. So they're all escaping downriver now. That's cool. With all the fish and them riding like barrels or finding a way to survive. Then there they are in a boat. So I guess they won. I mean, there's confetti in the air. It might be a bit easier if I read the story properly and then would be able to follow it properly. But again, I don't want to read all that on stream. On camera, recording. I know words. But yes, that is the end of the book. Oh, I really, really like that. I'm really glad that arrived today. It's, again, it's different. It's aligned to a lot of, like I have a lot of D&D and tabletop roleplay and fantasy type colouring books. It's definitely one of the types that I like to buy a lot. But I'm really, really intrigued by that book. And as a DM, I find it very interesting as well. And I can see using those tables for quite a few different bits and pieces actually. So that alone is quite useful. As a DM, you're always looking for resources. But to have that fun of colouring and having it be like a choose your own adventure in a way, like you're not really choosing your own adventure, you're just affecting little parts of it by random tables and making up your own story to go along with the book. But I think that's really fun. I think that's really interesting, and it's not really something I've seen explored too much in colouring books, and I hope they kind of keep working on it because it's a cool concept, you know? So I hope you've enjoyed this flip through of the DÜNGEONMEISTER Goblin Quest colouring book. Let me know what you think down below. I'd be curious to see if anyone else is going to be getting this, or this is something that you would add to your collection? Is this something that maybe you're going to gift to the DM in your life who maybe needs to de-stress from running your D&D campaign? You know, DMs get burnt out too, just saying. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!